Muammar Mohammed Abu Minyar Gaddafi was born in 1942 in the desert near Sirte, Libya, into a poor Bedouin, nomadic Arab family from the Gaddafi tribe. His parents were semi-nomadic herders. They lived in a tent. There was no electricity, no school, no running water, nothing modern. From childhood, Gaddafi developed a powerful sense of Arab identity, shaped by stories of colonial oppression, the Italian occupation of Libya, 1911-1943, and the poverty of Libyan tribes. He walked miles to attend school under harsh desert conditions. Teachers saw him as serious, driven, and obsessed with nationalism. He admired Egypt's President Gamal Abdel Nasser, who preached Arab unity and resistance against Western control. Gaddafi went to primary school in Sirte, secondary school in Sabah. In Sabah, he formed a secret group of students dedicated to overthrowing the Libyan monarchy and ending foreign influence in the Arab world. He later attended the Royal Military Academy in Benghazi. There he gathered young officers who shared his revolutionary ideas. This group became known as the Free Officers Movement, modeled after Nasser's movement in Egypt. In 1969, Libya was ruled by King Idris, who was elderly, sick, and seen as too aligned with the West. Libya was rich in oil, but much of the wealth stayed with the monarchy and foreign companies. On September 1, 1969, while King Idris was abroad receiving medical treatment, Gaddafi and his group of young officers launched a bloodless military coup. They seized radio stations, army barracks, airports, government buildings. No major fighting occurred. Gaddafi, only 27 years old, became chairman of the Revolutionary Command Council, effectively the leader of Libya. From 1969-1977, Gaddafi reshaped Libya. He expelled U.S. military bases, British forces. He nationalized oil companies, banks, large businesses. Oil revenue was redirected into building roads, schools, hospitals, housing for citizens, subsidies for food, fuel, and electricity. Libya's living standard rose dramatically. Gaddafi became a hero in parts of the Arab world, seen as a young, bold anti-imperialist. But he also began showing signs of authoritarianism and personal control. In the 1970s, Gaddafi wrote The Green Book, a 3-volume political philosophy meant to replace capitalism, communism, Western democracy. Its core ideas were: people should rule through local councils, jamahiriya, direct democracy without parties, socialism combined with Islam, state control of natural resources. In 1977, Gaddafi officially declared Libya the Great Socialist People's Libyan Arab Jamahiriya. He insisted he was not a president, but a guide of the revolution, claiming he held no formal office. In reality, he held ultimate power. Gaddafi wanted Libya to become the leader of the Arab world, the leader of Africa, a global revolutionary power. He funded numerous movements across the world, some liberational, some violent. Groups he supported included African liberation groups, ANC, MPLA, etc., Palestinian militant factions, IRA, Irish Republican Army, various anti-Western revolutionary movements. He saw himself as a champion of anti-colonial struggle. Relations between Libya and the U.S. grew tense. Key incidents: 1981, U.S. jets shot down 2 Libyan planes over the Gulf of Sidra. 1986, the Berlin discotheque bombing. A bomb in a Berlin nightclub killed U.S. soldiers. The U.S. blamed Libya. April 1986, U.S. bombing of Libya. President Ronald Reagan ordered airstrikes on Tripoli. Benghazi. Gaddafi survived. His adopted daughter, Hannah, was reportedly killed. This hardened his hatred for the United States. On 21 December 1988, Pan Am Flight 103 exploded over Lockerbie, Scotland, killing all 259 on board and 11 on the ground. Western governments accused Libya of sponsoring the bombing, training the agents behind it. This led to UN sanctions, Libya's international isolation. Gaddafi denied involvement for years. After falling out with many Arab nations and being isolated by the West, Gaddafi shifted focus to Africa in the 1990s. He poured billions into African Union formation, infrastructure projects across Africa, sponsorships of African governments, dreams of a United States of Africa. He styled himself King of Kings of Africa, supported by some traditional rulers. He was also involved in conflicts in Chad, Sudan, Uganda, Sierra Leone, Liberia. His funding sometimes prolonged violence, facing long-term sanctions and seeking re-entry into world politics. In 2003, Gaddafi accepted responsibility, not guilt, for the Lockerbie bombing, agreed to pay compensation to victims' families, abandoned Libya's nuclear and chemical weapons programs, opened the country to Western oil companies. This move improved Libya's international relations temporarily. Some of his achievements are free healthcare, free education, cheap housing, improved literacy, massive oil wealth distributed as subsidies. However, behind this prosperity was strict censorship, imprisonment of political opponents, torture by security forces, no free elections, no political parties, personality cult around Gaddafi. His rule was both beneficial and oppressive depending on who you ask. In early 2011, protests swept across the Arab world. In Libya, demonstrations began in Benghazi on February 15th demanding political reforms, end to corruption, more freedom. Gaddafi responded with force, arrests, live ammunition, and harsh crackdowns. This escalated into a full civil war. The country split. The East, Benghazi, supported the rebels. The West, Tripoli, mostly stayed with Gaddafi. Gaddafi vowed to crush the uprising, calling protesters rats, drugged youth, agents of the West. His forces pushed toward Benghazi, threatening mass civilian casualties. The UN authorized military intervention to protect civilians, enforce a no-fly zone. NATO launched airstrikes that destroyed Gaddafi's tanks and artillery, crippled his air force, supported rebel advances. Gaddafi's power collapsed quickly. In August 2011, rebels entered Tripoli. Gaddafi fled west to Sirte, his hometown. His regime fell. In Sirte, Gaddafi attempted to escape in a convoy. NATO jets struck the vehicles. He hid in a drainage pipe. Rebel fighters captured him alive. In chaotic scenes, he was beaten, abused, and eventually killed. His last words reportedly were, "What did I do to you?" His death ended 42 years of rule. Libya has remained unstable since, divided between militias, governments, and foreign powers fighting for influence. Gaddafi's legacy is one of contradiction. To supporters, he modernized Libya, provided free services, defended Africa, resisted Western control. To critics, he was a dictator. He funded terrorism. He suppressed political freedoms. He mismanaged oil wealth. He caused suffering at home and abroad. His rule remains one of the most dramatic in 20th, 21st century history.